Welcome back to the channel and to another Fire Pro PlayStation 4 video. This video kicks off a brand new series, 5 things you might not know about Fire Pro on the PlayStation 4. With minimal introduction needed, as it's exactly what the title states, let's get this one underway with episode number 1 of 5 things you might not know about Fire Pro on the PS4. Up first today is the Finisher Thief ability. Now, whilst you might know this is a thing in the game, what you might not know is how this is actually done. So to do this, firstly know what position your opponent's finisher is hit from, grapple in that position, then with the same timing as normal, you press square, X and L1 simultaneously, and if done correctly, you'll then steal your opponent's finisher, which comes complete with its very own on-screen text. Next up, a bit of a small one, but we have got a small thing for interactive crowds. So as you might know, the game comes complete with a mass of taunts, including some that resemble clapping. But what you might not know is that when your wrestler does this taunt in a match, the crowd will actually then do it as well. So if you're a crowd favourite and want to get some crowd involvement, this can be a pretty cool thing to note. With thing number 3, we are talking about the always awesome Green Mist. Now, as you might know, the Green Mist has been used by multiple wrestlers from multiple eras, for example Yaburi or the legendary Great Muta, and as you might know, this is a move featured in Fire Pro. But what you might not know is that unlike some other wrestling games out there, when you hit the Green Mist in Fire Pro, the mist will actually stay on your opponent's face for a good portion of the match. So if you're a fan of someone like the Great Muta, this is obviously a pretty badass feature. With thing number 4, we are talking cage matches. Now, as you might know, there is of course the standard cage match, which by default is won via escape. But what you might not know is that by changing some of the settings, you can actually escape the cage and continue the match outside of the ring before eventually climbing back into it. This is done by simply turning the winning condition to something like pin only, which will then allow you to escape the cage without the match ending, which then allows for some brawling at ringside or even the stage area, before then being able to then climb back over the cage and continue the match in the ring. And with our 5th and final thing today, we have got a very handy cheat code. Now in Fire Pro there is a mode called the Mission Mode, which essentially teaches you how to play the game and gives you various challenges along the way. In doing so, not only do you learn the game, you'll also get to unlock edit points as well as new moves. Now whilst it might be worth giving the mode a look anyway, for those not interested in completing the entire thing to get all the unlocks, there is a code that does this from the get-go. So on the main menu, hold L1, R1 and triangle, then click R3. If done correctly, you'll then hit an audio prompt indicating that you've done so, which now means you have everything unlocked. And with that one, that brings an end to this first episode of 5 things you might not know about Fire Pro on the PlayStation 4. Hopefully you found this one useful, especially if you're a newer fan to Fire Pro, and if you know anything else that should be covered, then let me know in the comments. If you've enjoyed the video, then a like rating would be awesome to see, and as always, expect more like this coming to the channel very, very soon. With that said, until next time, this has been 101, and I will see you all on the next one.